In this video, you're going to learn how to use interval notation. So this is a special kind of notation that we're going to be using that uses square brackets, these things, and parentheses. Okay, and you're going to learn when to use them, when to use each one, and yeah, that's going to be super fun. Okay. So we're also going to discuss what graphs like this mean, and the interval notation will help us represent that. But you do have to understand what this graph means in order to understand the interval notation. So what this means here is you have your colored in dot at -6, and it's highlighting all of the numbers over on this side of -6. So that says all numbers. So that basically this line is representing all numbers greater than and equal to, or equal to, we say, -6. That's what that graph says. All these numbers here are bigger than -6. So that's why this is greater than. So greater than is this symbol, and equal to does this. Okay? So it's all numbers. When we say all numbers, we generally say x is greater than or equal to -6. So that's what we're trying to accomplish here. Trying to figure out what this looks like, what it means in words, and what it means in symbols. And then we're going to take it and do it another way and do interval notation. Okay? So with this one, this says these are all the numbers like between 6 or -6 and 1. So notice there's a circle that isn't colored in here. So not colored in. When it's not colored in, it means it can't be equal to -6, but it can get really, really close. So that means like numbers like -5.99999999999 is in that, but just not 6. Okay? So what this says is all numbers between, oh, my handwriting is good, between -6 and 1, but not equal to -6. Equal to -6. All that, the way that we write this, you won't be as needed to write things like this, but all numbers, remember all numbers is our x. Now when we do between in math, we make it like it's almost like its own number line. And we put all these two less than signs. And so we put -6 and 1. So that's between -6 and 1. But we want to say equal to 1. You could be equal to 1, so we color it in. Open circle or not colored in circle is just less than. Okay? That one's a little bit confusing, but hopefully you can get the other ones a little bit easier. Okay, so this one has this whole thing colored in all the way up to 6, but 6 is not colored in. So again, that has the same idea. All numbers less than -6. So this is just less than. So all numbers again is x. When we say less than, this is the symbol for less than, -6. Now it's not equal to, it's only equal to if the circle is colored in. So please look at the also attached worksheet that has what all the symbols mean, just laid out for you. So we do have another way to write graphs, and funnily enough, this is our interval notation. And it always seems to be that ones like this that were so confusing in the other notation are the easiest ones. So when we're doing one like this, interval notation uses the numbers, but it doesn't use the less than or greater than symbols or x. It's just numbers. Numbers and infinity, for that matter. Okay? And it's pretty straightforward. So the numbers are always in numerical order, and there's steps, and the things are on the next slide, I believe. The numbers are always in numerical order. So the -6 is first, so the -6 is here. It almost looks like a point, but the way we write it here. And then it goes all the way till 1. So the 1 goes here. Always in this order, from less to greater. Okay? If it's an open circle, we put a parenthesis. If it's a colored in circle, we put a square bracket. Bam. That's it. So numerical order. So we have -6, starting there, going on, and it goes on and on and on. Since it doesn't have a stopping point, we put this infinity sign. It looks like a sideways 8. This symbol right here stands for infinity, like Buzz Lightyear to infinity. So that means he's going forever and ever and ever and ever. Now this is infinity in the positive direction. Okay. Now infinity, you can never, it's not an actual number, so you can never reach it. So you always will put a parenthesis there. Okay. And then the only time you put a colored in circle is when, the only time you put a square bracket is when you have a colored in circle. Every other time you're going to just put a parenthesis. Okay. That's the basic notation. So let's try these. So the numbers, so again, these are what I just talked about. The numbers are in numerical order. So from low to high. Okay. Open circles and infinity gets these parentheses. And closed circles gets the square brackets. So I guess I could pause it here and you try. So the way this one works is -6 is first, 7 is second. The -6 has an open circle, so it has an open parenthesis. And the 7 is a closed circle, so it's a square bracket. Okay? So they're always like one open and one close. So with this one here, I don't know why I keep switching colors. The lowest number you can get, so we always start from this side and we look for a number going this way, from low to high. So we start with 3. That's the low number. And it keeps going on and on forever. So forever is infinity. We put a comma in between them. Since 3 is an open circle, we put parenthesis. And since it's infinity, we put a parenthesis. That's it. That's the notation. That's really all you have to think about. That's all it really is. So let's try a few more. So -9 begins, 7 ends, has to be in that order. Put a comma in between them. -9 has colored in, so it's square. 7 is open parenthesis. So it's -9 and 7. So that's the -9. It's a closed circle because of that and that. So the first one's always an open, second one's always a close. So this one's a little funny. So you start, when you're going this way, you basically started all the way over here somewhere. So you're coming from infinity, going to the 3 that's been colored in. So you're coming from negative infinity. Since you're coming from the left, okay, if the left goes on forever, you start with negative infinity. Then a comma. It's still considered the first term of this. Then the highest number that you could possibly have is 3. And then 3 is colored in, so that's a square bracket. And the negative infinity gets a parenthesis every time. So 0 starts it, 8 ends it, 0 is closed, 8 open. Okay, here 2 opens it. This goes on forever. So forever is infinity. Since it's forever to the right, it's just positive like that. 2 has an open circle, so it's a parenthesis, parenthesis. I think that's the end of this actual page. Yeah. Okay, so now you try these. So what I want you to do for these, and we'll spend a little time on it, is to write these. Oh, I forgot to put little lines under them. That's too bad. All right, so since you're watching the video, this is a good time to see if you actually watch the video. So I want you to graph this on a number line and then write it in interval notation. So I have to change these, so I'm going to make this one equal to and this one equal to because I forgot to make them equal to. They don't have that symbol on the keyboard, so I had to draw it in and I forgot. So I guess I'll see if you paid attention. So drawing this, the easiest way to draw this, I know this is a now you try, but I'm just going to go through it with you. X is greater than 0. So you plot this number, and that's really all I need. All I need is that number. You can put other numbers if you want, but I don't need them. Okay? If this is a greater than or a less than sign, meaning not the equal to, you put an open circle. And then it's saying X is greater than 0. So it's saying X, it's saying all numbers greater than 0. So all the numbers bigger than 0 are going to be on this side. So this is the graph. Okay. And then from there, the interval notation is pretty easy. So you have 0, infinity, open circle here is a parenthesis, infinity always gets a parenthesis. Okay, so give that a try. So these get a little tricky, and we're going to spend some time on them. I just want to see what you understand already. Remember, you get full credit whether or not you get it right. So just give it a try and try it out, and I'll see what I have to go over in class. Have a great day.